Good morning. Hope it's working. I'm on Wi-Fi and it's raining outside, so let's go find a place to sit down. I've got my jacket right here. I'm holding 2 cups of coffee. Sorry, I was having a little bit of trouble trying to log in. Remember, it's on the new channel, and also I forgot how to log in, so here we go. This is great. Morning, man. Eva, you're first. Yes, hi, Eva. Look at this beautiful mural. So I'm in a hotel, just in the lobby. Oh, that's a nice backdrop. Look at that. How are you doing today, Eva? Merry Christmas. Good morning. Stephen. Hey, man. Stephen, I'm so sorry. I did not write you a proper email to say thank you for your gift. Stephen, thank you. Eva, thank you very much. It was a challenge to make a video and immediately post it while traveling. Also, we didn't even have internet for about 5 days. So, Stephen, I'm sorry. I did not really have... I mean, I could log in, but it was 0.2 megabytes per second was the speed. So no video could work, and then just basically chat. Anyways, so I just left it alone. And we went hiking each day, even though it was raining. It was awesome. It's still warmer than where you are, Stephen, I'm sure. And Eva, you too, I'm sure. So even though it was 16 centigrade and raining, which you know for me is very cold. Well, for everyone it's very cold. Don, yes, dude. Perfect. I was very happy with your first message, and your second message also is totally normal. Don, entry to the channel. Entry to the live chat. Mikey, yes, dude. Yeah, so you guys can see it's still cold. I'm putting on a jacket. So, to all 6 of you, there you go, Don. Thank you. Thank you, man. That's the one that I was happy to see. Maximum excitement. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so I'm ready. Yes, dude. Malaysia. Besides Thailand and China, my favorite country. But also, secretly on that list are more countries. Maybe I have 7 or 8 favorite countries. That actually smells amazing. I didn't taste this yet. I just grabbed it from the hotel breakfast and took it to cheers with you guys. Who of you? Georgia. Georgia's amazing, but I wouldn't say it's a favorite country. But Georgia is truly amazing. Oh yeah, amazing place. Activist for you, yes! You have sent me such cool messages these months. Activist for you, how are you doing today? Coffee, cheers. I just did the double shot espresso and then just poured that much hot water, so this is very strong. So Billy, even though I don't actually know if Billy drinks coffee, this is a Billy style coffee, just super strong. That's kind of funny. Literally hundreds of live streams together. I don't actually know if Billy drinks coffee. He just always makes coffee comments. But Billy is from the West Coast, and it probably rains half of the year where he lives. So I bet he drinks a lot of coffee. And we're talking about him. He's gonna appear right now. Billy. Yes, Mikey and Rebby. Stephen is here. Eva and Stephen. They were the first 2 messages. 10 people now. You guys make it easy on me now. I don't have to rapid fire reply to 50 names as fast as I can, which was actually very fun in those days. But somehow we are all a little bit older. Somehow. That's how time goes. Dude, Benny, what is up, man? Howdy, Benny. Thank you so much for hanging out with this group on this special day. You are awesome, Benny. Thank you. Benny, how are you doing, man? How has December been in these 29 days? 2 to go. That backdrop really is cool. Look how big it is, too. Oh. 3 stories. 3 stories. So the place we were staying without internet, no, it was not like this. It was up in the mountains. It was a very cool but very old place. And they had internet. They had internet, but it didn't work. Oh, I made a mistake, guys. Neither of these drinks are hot. Rough. Oh, Benny. Benny, sorry to hear that, man. Thank you for spending time with us. Activist for you. Malaysia has a lot of cool waterfalls. We only saw one, but we heard many. We went on 3 different hikes, and we heard many. That day wasn't actually a hike. We drove directly to that waterfall, but that one was cool. That was a big one. Benny. What do you look forward to for the start of the new year then, Benny? I'm imagining that there's something hopeful waiting, because you said you're still hanging on, you always get through. What is it that... The drive. Stephen, yeah, man. Yeah. If you came in the right time of year to match up with that, it would look like Doi Bui. The elevation is exactly the same, actually, 1,700 meters. The top of the 1,600 meters, yeah. Right now, I am back down at about 16 meters, but it's still chilly. Wow. I think it is possibly going to stop raining. I see some sun over there. Kunchang Kian. Yes, Don. So if 10 people and only 10 hang out today, what do you want to talk about instead? Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different if only 10 of us are hanging out. Because I know all 10 of you know me already, so I don't have anything new to talk about. So I don't know what I would talk about. The fun is me trying to sort of entertain new people, but then also say hello to the 10 or 11 of you who support me every single time. But if it is only 11 of us, besides talking about how wonderful life is, I don't know what I can talk about for 2 hours when all of you know me already. Sawadee. Hardly. Very cool. Stephen, yes, yesterday was day 1 of 5. I'm gonna take my second mid-season break. So the first mid-season, so the season is about 9 months. After France, after a few more local races, the Thailand Open Series, then I took a break because I was totally burned out. I think I took 7 full days off, and it was awesome. This second half of the season was my best ever, I guess, 2 or 3 months of performance that I've had yet. And again, 2 weeks ago, I was starting to burn out. So trying to take these 5 days off, but I already said I would take the 5 days off, but up in the highlands, it was just too beautiful, and I rode the bike every single day. So now down in Kuala Lumpur, which is a nice enough place to ride, but we're in the city. So thankfully there's no big inviting mountains or trails to go explore. So I can do it. I can do it. I'm not unpacking the bike. Stephen, what are you doing for rest right now? I know it's chilly, so maybe for you also it's not super attractive to go outside for hours at a time. Right on, Harley. Okay, hold on. I'm reading some messages. Yes, Harley got pulled into a wedding party. Dawn, are you kidding? That is a great memory. Oh man. Dude, that is a great memory. Activist for you. Gonna keep hanging out with my parents. Gonna start training next week for the new season. And Lee and I have a goal of shooting 10 videos during this trip. So we are currently at 3. So it's okay. We still have about 2 more weeks to go. So it's okay. We will make it. And then, no, same as before, Benny. I'm 38 years old, so no team would ever hire a new 38-year-old. Yes, activist for you. I am here though right now because my parents are doing some work-related stuff. So I get to hang out with them because Lee and I are on holiday because she's a teacher, so we usually base around still a teacher schedule, even though it's been 5 years now since I quit teaching. We still live on a teacher schedule. So I will go back, yeah. So I'll go back to Thailand in 2 more weeks, about 10 more days. Duck mama. Lee would be PFC flavored mouillard. Harley, what a cool. Oh, man, Stephen. Mishati. Good morning, Mishati. What is nice? Hey, very cute baby for your profile. I have something totally crazy I want to do this coming year. Benny. It's a bit out there. Well, those are always the best things. Those are always the things that excite us more because they are so far out there. So if you do want to share, Benny, I want to hear about it. What's the first food you will eat? Well, Benny, probably... Okay, let me think about this for real. Because the food here in Malaysia is still rice-based. It's still a lot of curries, and it's still spicy. So in those 3 things, it's exactly the same as the food I eat at home. So it's... And the country's border anyways. So, okay, but to answer you honestly... Benny, there's nothing that I can have in Thailand that I can't have here. Salad. The only thing lacking in my life is a huge portion of diverse salad instead of just little. Okay, that's the answer. Living here, I appreciate how much fresh vegetables, how many fresh vegetables there are in Chiang Mai. So Thailand, of course, you can't have your favorite. So the thing that I miss the most is just home. It wouldn't be necessarily food because all the things that I eat are things that I make myself. So salad with more than 1 green, or salad with more than just 1 dressing or something like that. Because at home I eat a huge salad every lunch, every day for lunch. And my digestion is used to having that. So if I eat 2 meals of rice and curry, instead of one huge salad with bread and a ton of different nuts and seeds and oatmeal and then a plate of rice and curry. You get what I'm talking about. So I've been drinking 1 extra cup of coffee per day here, doctor's orders, for the purpose of smooth digestion. Benny, I am still very much in the mode of personal challenges because you saw the video last week. That video was a rare video where I uploaded the video the day after. Lee is the reason that I'm able to do that, because usually I come home from making the video, I download all the clips, and then I take care of myself while Lee quickly cuts up all the clips. Yes! Collard greens, yes, dude. Benny, that's amazing. Even mixing them with instant ramen noodles, that's perfect. Collard greens are one of the more healthy things on planet Earth. Did you guys know that kale is the only food that scores a perfect score on food completeness, and number 2 is spinach. Kale and spinach. Obviously, if you only eat kale and spinach, you're not going to live very long. But if you include kale and spinach, and collard greens would be a little bit further down the list, if you include those dense green vegetables, the ones that are the color of this chair, you know, those vegetables are so healthy. So Benny, that's awesome. Where I grew up in West Africa, Benny, rice with collard greens and or kale and spinach, that was the staple food. They also had a pounded dish of cassava, steamed, pounded up. Many places in Africa have this dish, but rice and greens is probably my favorite food because that's what I ate so much. Probably 1 time per day when I was a baby, when I was a little kid, when I was in primary school. Don, that sounds like something that could come from the Caribbean. Is that right? Yo, Renee, dude, in Hawaiian language, right? Mele Kalikimaka. Very good memory. And Renee, very warm welcome, dude. You sent me a cool message yesterday. Short, but perfect. Benny, dang, you need to come to Thailand just for this year because everyone will love your age when you introduce yourself, and you know already what 55 in Thai language is. Becca! Merry Christmas, Darius, Nadine, and to you. Hi, Becca. Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you so much for saying hi. Becca, I miss you. Your comments are always just so gentle and perfectly positive. Hi, Becca. Good morning. Right on, Don. Right on. Renee, yes. Harley is here too. Mikey, yes. Rebby, yes. I haven't had that in USA, but I've had it 3,000 or 4,000 times outside of the USA. So they use onions, tomatoes, chilies, and then collard greens, mustard greens, spinach, or kale. So 4 very healthy greens. Also, sweet potato greens are great for that dish. And palm oil, a specific Western African variety called red palm oil. Speaking of our favorite West African variety, where is my friend? I miss you. To my knowledge, there's only one person who fits in that category. No. I have a feeling he will say hi today, though. It is 5 or 6 p.m. for him. Activist for you, I am hopeful to have you ever had durian? Activist for you. I'm hopeful to have a special terima kasih, Becca. Nice one, Benny. Thank you for noticing that. 20 minutes. 1 person per minute. Well, activist for you, I will be... You activists for you, seriously? Please tell me about it. Please. I love hearing about first time trying durian. It is one of the world's most crazy things. Not even just foods. It's just such a wonder. Mikey and Rebby, I have had frozen durian that was actually okay. Living in Thailand, I'm not in Thailand right now, living in Thailand for going on 16 years now, there was a time of almost 1 year that I left Thailand. So in the whole 16 years, I have left Thailand for a significant portion of time, one time. And I was missing durian very much. In the USA, where I was living for that year, in Michigan, by myself, I found durian frozen at a store and it was $20. And I kind of laughed because this one durian sitting, maybe there were two durians, this one durian sitting here is so far from home, but it actually costs the same as it does in Thailand. So does that show that in Thailand it's weirdly expensive, seeing as it grows in Thailand? Or does it show how incredible the world of transportation and shipping is if the price can be unchanged and you get this frozen durian in Michigan and it was the same price as I buy in Thailand? Anyways, Mikey, it was actually okay. Oh, Harley, the pho is probably ready. Chef Harley is taking a break. Everyone, she will probably still be here, so hi and see you soon, Harley. They stunk so bad and smelled not edible, but they tasted amazing. I ate them all. I kind of have a feeling that the people have tried it. Benny, that's awesome. So you have tried frozen durian. I can tell you though, Benny, the taste, Don, that's pretty cool, man. Don, well, we will still be here. I plan to do for 2 hours. Take our holiday cheer. What do you, Benny? Benny, I need a moment to understand what you're talking about. Don, take some holiday cheer, share it with the students. We love you. I appreciate you very much, Don. See you in maybe 1 hour. Good luck. Activist for you, please share about your first durian experience. Benny, I will tell you the truth. I do not think durian smells bad, almost ever. But that's kind of a link, because when you know something, you have different opinions of it. When you know the smell of, what else smells pretty bad, but you like it? Fish sauce. Fish sauce smells pretty bad, but when you have it in Vietnamese food, Cambodian food, Thai food, it's amazing. And then you don't think it smells so bad because it makes you think of Thai food. It's kind of like that. So maybe I was lucky that I loved durian the very first time that I had it. So I never had any of the change of perspective that you need. Stinky tofu does smell pretty bad if you get a really stinky one. Not all stinky tofu stinks. Some of it just smells weird, like garlic. Durian cookies. I say the same about squirrels. Renee, I love that introduction. Don't worry, all the elk are safe. I will see them again next year. So Renee, on an elk hunt, the chances of success are lower than a deer hunt or way lower than on a deer hunt? Obviously, it depends where you live. Activist for you, I am still waiting. Dawn, my dad was just asking me yesterday how long it takes to grow durian, and I told him I was taught 8 years before you can expect anything reasonable, 10 years at least before you get a good fruit. Is that pretty much accurate? Am I remembering correctly? Mikey and Rebby, have you seen durian? Wow, Renee. Okay, so Black powder means black powder powering buckshot or a single bullet, or is it a shotgun with black powder? And you got to teach me about black powder, Renee, because I don't know what this means actually. Okay, Benny, I think hunting elk in Estes Park is not going to it's not going to go over very well. Hi. Do you want to come say hi? There are 12 people hanging up. Isn't this background cool? Say hi to my wife's hand. Okay.
You have finished breakfast.
Do you happen to have hot water in your pocket right now?
You want hot water? You want that cup?
Can you just fill this whole cup with hot water?
Just hot water.
Thank you. And then run back as fast as you can before the water cools down more than 1 degree.
Use that hot water to slap on your face.
Thank you. Did you hear what she said in response? Activist for you. Wow. You know what? I would say that you are brave for trying something like that. Lee, for example. Yeah, Eva, I have a thermos can right here. I made the coffee about 3 hours ago. Lee throwing hot water on my face should warm me up. Activist for you, LLC. So, Benny, with a spoon. I don't know what to say, Benny. If you can expect that it's going to be already taken out of the skin and put in a container, or if it's going to be in the skin, but there will be cuts on the flesh where you can open it, or if it's a completely untouched durian and you have to cut it, which is going to be very tricky. Good luck, Benny. The durian skin is really tough and it's covered in thorns. You eat it with a spoon or you eat it with your hands. But remember, if you don't wash your hands, the smell will stay with you for at least 1 day. I may or may not purposely only gently wash my hands because I want the smell to stay with me, to remind me. So activist for you, you asked what I'm gonna do for New Year's. I hope to have 1 more durian before New Year's. We already had 1 the first day, 2 the second day, and yesterday 1. We already had 5 durian, and we've been here for 6 days, so that's a good ratio. We had 2 no,
Why
thank
you want
you.
just hot water?
Because I want this cup. Yeah, it's just cold by now. That's not cold, but it's not hot. I want it to be hot because I'm cold. Thank you for this.
It's hot.
Thank you. It is very hot. You did.
Hot water.
You did. Do you want to say hi with more than your hand?
Yeah, I can say hi.
Thank you. That's perfect. Thank you.
See you later.
In
1 hour.
in 91 minutes,
Okay.
and then we'll play Wingspan, if that's okay. Or no, you're gonna play already.
No, up to the back.
Oh, okay.
I have your phone case.
I love you. I love you. When you get an elk, the smell. Wow, okay. Benny, your type of hunt and Renee's type of hunt, they work a little bit differently. But it's cool that Renee... Perfect timing, Renee. I hope your hunt goes better. That's awesome, dude. I am now cleaning up my mess. Not letting anyone see. You know what is something so cool? In Malaysia, in the market, in the bookstore, a whole family on the street walking, maybe another 2, at least 5 people have recognized me, not from my own videos, but from my friend Mark's videos. Just in the 5 or 6 days we've been here. At least 5 people. One was a whole family, which was very cool, the extended family on holiday. So, and it reminds me how much support Malaysia has for my friend Mark. Because every time that I come to Malaysia, so it's been 2 years, so I kind of forgot the last time, how much Malaysia loves my friend Mark, and I get so much benefit. I get to have a bunch of people smile at me. I'm sitting in a chair. Hi Maria. So sorry. I was talking to Lee when you shot your first message. Maria, hi to you in California. I'm in Malaysia. I'm sitting in a chair in the hotel lobby of the hotel that I'm staying at. And we are in Malaysia, not Thailand. Hi. Where are you sitting right now, Maria? Oh, Benny, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Benny, I also got to meet a family from Pakistan, which was so special, even in another way, because of how unique that trip was. And so I sat down actually for 3 hours. We had 2 cups of tea, we had food, then we had another beverage. No, it makes it sound like alcohol. He made me some orange juice, actually. But anyways, we sat for like 3 hours, talked about Pakistan. And Benny, yet again, the goodness of life, what Activist for You is mentioning, the goodness of life was so apparent. We cannot imagine what experiences are coming for us if we stay hopeful, we stay positive, and we stay with an open mind. Now, if you can't move around physically very far, if you can't move around the world, if you can't move around the country, true, the experiences might be a little bit less exotic. A little bit. But you can still have experiences that you never saw coming, you never expected. They can still be mind-blowingly cool experiences if you keep that hope alive, if you keep positive, and if you keep an open mind. The open mind meaning these experiences could come from people who you would not have anything in common with. If you didn't keep the open mind, you would just cross paths, maybe smile or wave, but nothing shared besides that. Keep positive, because of course, when you're going into new situations, it's natural to be defensive. It's natural maybe to stay quiet. It's natural to maybe keep up your guard, maybe even keep up your pride. So practicing letting these things go will lead you to many more great things in life. And then stay hopeful. Know the truth that if you stay hopeful, even the negative things that have happened in the past, they will not overcome the beauty that lies ahead of you. Anything bad that happened, it happened. It's in the past. It doesn't mean life will be perfect from here on, but keeping that hope at the forefront. God has prepared amazing things for you. It is a fact. It is something that you can hold on to completely. But it's your choice. You have to choose to hold on to that hope. God will help you. God already promised that He will help you and support you and keep your faith strong if you choose to hold on. So Benny, you were talking about something powerful, Activist for You. You said something very beautiful. Mikey and Rebby, I saw you support both of their comments. At the end of the end, Renee, you are always here with the best support. Your love and support is so strong for 4 years now, man. So activists for you, you're right. Even only 11 of you hanging out, we can still talk about the goodness of life. I might not talk for 90 minutes, but we can definitely talk about the goodness of life. And you guys give me a chance to stay humble and stay positive, stay full of hope, stay with an open mind, but also to stay with healthy perspective on what has come in 2024 and what there is to look forward to in 2025. I feel so lucky sometimes. And I'm using the word lucky, but obviously it's not lucky because we have worked hard to build this group. So I'm not lucky, but it's an easy word to say for humans. And I've noticed that. I should say I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. My life is so much more easy because I have the advantage of friends willing to listen to me. It is gigantic. Even if I say something stupid, my friends forgive me. Even if I have not much new stuff to talk about, some of my friends still show up. And so many people in life don't have this system of support. And I don't have it for free, but I have it. And I definitely don't deserve how good it is. And I comment on that from time to time, but I'm feeling it today, this week. Stephen, there you go. I do believe the saying, you make your own luck. I do believe that. You can sit down and have a very deep philosophical conversation about what you actually mean, because we say this easy sentence, but actually it means something very deep. What do you really believe luck is? Opportunity and preparation are two great words that go into that. And you could unpack preparation. You could unpack a lot of words also out of preparation. But Stephen, that's awesome, man. I agree with you totally. There's nobody who is just ridiculously lucky who didn't take a lot of risks. Sure, they were hopefully calculated risks. There's nobody who just has dumb luck forever. Eventually that ends and those people quietly fade into nothingness. The people who seem to have a lot of luck, they also have a huge amount of preparation. Mikey, I hear you about the life moving fast, which is why I really mean what I said just now. The times that we have to sit and appreciate what has happened and look forward to things that are to come, those moments are very special because life is so good at just moving us along, getting us to the nature of life, but also our human experience in 2024 is also. Amen. Renee, thank you, man. That story is, you could say, is the whole Bible just in one is it a sentence? Was there a period? You could say what Renee just shared, that is the story of salvation right there. God loves us all, whether we know it or not, whether we accept it or not. God loves us. Period. God loves us. And He knows all of us. He knows all His creation. Texas guy, I'm sorry, Duke, a big welcome. I'm sorry, I was really focusing on what I was saying. Duke, good morning, Merry Christmas. Texas guy 90, good morning and Merry Christmas. Duke, I thought of you 2 days ago because I was watching a motorcycle race on TV. We went to a cafe here in Malaysia, they have a big support for moto racing, cars and motorcycles. And I thought of you because your thumbnail is a motorcycle guy racing. And I've never asked you about that. Stoner Duke, is that you in the photo? Or are you a fan of this person in the photo? And Texas Guy 90. Hey yo, you always say hey yo. Oh, nice, Stoner Duke, you're still here. Okay. I'm sorry I missed the hello when you first said hi. Duke, sorry about that. So, who is that guy? Don, right on, man. Okay, so is it like a 25-minute lesson that you do, or can the student pick how much? Sonasai, yes, dude. Sonasai, good morning. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year also, soon. Case, oh, okay. Wow. That's awesome. So, you really like that guy? Sonasai, Merry Christmas, man. Hey, dude. Oh, 15. Oh, okay. My math is a little bit off, I guess. I thought it was 25 minutes. Sonasai, this morning we've talked a little bit about optimism and hope. We've talked a little bit about durian. We've talked a little bit about coffee. And what we are looking forward to for the coming year. I don't actually think it's important to talk about so durian. I don't actually think it's important to talk about things coming in the coming year and not think about them for the rest of the year. I don't think we have 11 months of just grinding and then 1 month of, oh, I'm thankful that it's done. Okay, let's pick some things to look forward to and then zone out for 11 more months. I think you could, at the end of each week, if you make it a practice, even a 5-minute time period on Friday morning or Saturday morning or during our live streams. We used to have very regular live streams. I'm sorry that it's not the way that it used to be. Life changes for all of us. Time moves for all of us. You guys know I have had to decide a few things, and I'm not a single guy living in the countryside anymore. But the live streams that we have, for me, are always a chance to come back, be thankful, and move forward much more than just one time per year. In the morning, for myself, I might have a time where I'm thankful for the previous day and thankful for the new day. Even each 24 hours, take 5 minutes to just be thankful for what has happened. But for sure, at the end of a year, all humans can understand one more year of life is finished. What was the good stuff that happened? What are we looking forward to for next year? Maybe I shouldn't say what was the good stuff that happened. What were the powerful moments of this year? That was a loud cough. Well, choke on coffee? Drink more coffee as medicine. Because I always share my honest opinions or my honest thoughts. Good ear, Stephen, and good microphone. I always share my. This is Thai coffee, but yes, Don, Malaysia. Malaysia has some good coffee, yes. I can't remember if I've had any of that coffee, but I'm sure. I'm being hopeful. I'm talking all about positivity and hope. Malaysia, because of its location, can very easily import great coffee. So yes, Malaysia has great coffee in Malaysia. Very good question, Mikey and Rebby. No, definitely not. I would say because of that same reason. Yes, Don, whenever I go anywhere, I smuggle Thai coffee. I smuggled Thai coffee into the USA each visit. That's not true. Many years ago, I was smuggling Vietnamese coffee because many years ago, Thailand was not on the level that it is at now. So I would buy the Vietnamese coffee. So was it double smuggling? Did I smuggle Vietnam coffee back into Vietnam? I don't think I've ever done that. I figured you'd be drinking civet coffee. So Benny, thank you, Actor. Benny, those types of coffees are kind of fading out. And in the meantime, I have had normal coffee, if you want to say, extremely high quality normal coffee that is better in every way than the civet coffee that I had in Vietnam 9-10 years ago. And the good news is that civet coffee cost 5 times more. So a person who loves drinking coffee, a person who visits Chiang Mai, can drink local Chiang Mai coffee and have it be cheaper, more tasty, and more fresh than civet coffee. So why not just drink the local coffee? Benny, can you get civet coffee? I mean, I'm sure the answer is yes. You can get anything in the USA if you're willing to pay for it. Wow. Mikey and Rebby, the answer. Don, I would still want to try elephant poop coffee though, just because, even though it's probably $100 for a bag. No, I'm not going to pay $100 for it. If someone invites me to their house and they happen to have an elephant and they happen to try it out, I would definitely want to try to taste the elephant poop. Mikey, a few reasons I can think of. Malaysia is a Muslim country because they don't drink alcohol. They drink a lot of tea, and the tea tradition would be older than the coffee tradition. Secondly, tea in general is cheaper and more easy than coffee in general. So that would help it just stay here. And then number 3, Malaysia does not grow very much of its own coffee. And the coffee that it does grow is probably exported, just like Thailand. Only in the past few years is Thailand turning that coffee around and consuming it domestically. For maybe 50 years, Thailand was a top world coffee grower, exporting 99% of all that good coffee. Okay, Benny, okay. Well, the civet cats rejoice. Oh, can I just leave it at that? Oh, man. Reason number 4. Reason number 4. Also a good reason. Renee, you've got something there. Check this out. The languages that I know: tea, tay, chai, jai, cha, cha. That's not many languages. All the languages that I know with confidence, T is one syllable. It's either T, E, T, Ta, or Ch, J, Chai, Jai, Cha. One of those combinations. Maybe the 10 languages where I know tea and have drunk many cups of tea, it's all one syllable. And the languages that I know coffee or kopi, kafe, it's two syllables. You are correct. English, coffee. I've never thought of that before. So here's the question. To all 12 of you, are you familiar with any language where tea is more than one syllable? And do you know any language where coffee has, well, guess it could have 3 syllables, where coffee is only a 1-syllable word? Supposedly, coffee comes from Ethiopia. I do not remember the word for coffee in Ethiopia in Amharic language. Okay, what is this? Oh, there we go. Dude! Don, I love your thinking. So where did you get the coffee berries? If you grow them at home, are they actually coffee berries that you can use? If you dried them and roasted them? Or is it just fun to grow coffee? For sure. Mikey and tea is always a 3-syllable. Okay, what is this? I read a book about tea and GB was the... Oh, okay. Yes. Don, what a legend. Amazing. Coffee, grown at home, used in chili sauce. This is a contender for world's best growing moves. I think you told me about that, Don. Yes, dude. You did tell me about this. Don, which wash process do you use? Stephen, are you still here? What's the song? Well, Don, okay, fine, sorry. How do you prepare them? When you take them from the plant, what do you do? Do you leave them and just let them sit on a table? That's natural process, or washing them? I think wash process involves a double wash. Wash, dry, wash. Or honey process, where I think they are covered and they get very sticky, which you have to work harder to keep them clean, I think is... Oh, okay. Okay. So I think that's called wash process. I'm not kidding. Yeah, you wash them, you use force to rub the flesh off or pick the flesh off, and then you drive it. No, that's good, that's good. Thank you, Mikey. Correct, Buna, yes. Thank you so much. Interesting, it is 2 syllables, but interesting, there's no f or p. Every other place that I've ever had coffee, it's something k, g, f, p. Okay. We have a... No way, that's awesome. Benny, that's awesome. So does it smell like coffee then? When you go outside sometimes? That's so cool. Dude, that really is cool. So there are trucks bringing in raw coffee beans, green coffee beans from somewhere abroad, obviously. In the USA, only a greenhouse. Stephen, very good ears again. Only a greenhouse in the USA or Louisiana. I bet Florida and Louisiana could grow coffee. I don't know if it would be tasty at all, but for sure could grow coffee. Texas, I don't know. You might need a greenhouse. Yao, where are you? Yao, where are you, bro? Okay, it did when they were doing it here, but that's many years ago. They sold it bulk with a grinder in the store so you could buy. Dude, no way. So Mikey and Rebby, I think Benny lives in Kentucky. Is Millstone a large domestic company, or Benny, was Millstone just a factory just in Kentucky, or did you in fact secretly escape from Des Moines? Oh man, Don, wow. So Chiang Mai has some large areas of coffee, obviously, as you know, northern Thailand, as you know, but there's nowhere that I've seen where all you see is coffee, right? It's just going to be still like one whole hill is coffee, and then the next one is corn, or down in the valley there is, I don't know, bananas, or right. It's always going to be a mix. So Don, okay, yeah, that's so cool when you can have these memories from I don't know, a past culture. Nowadays, you see people using point and shoot cameras, and you say, huh, I'm actually old enough that I remember when that thing was such a hit, and now it's such a hit again, and people think that it's something new. And in between the times, it was like a old technology that people were throwing away, and now it's back, or I don't know, something like that. So coffee. People used to love drinking coffee, roasting it themselves, in this area anyways, and then only important. And now it's coming back to grassroots, full honest support to the farmers. It's very cool. We are getting older and wiser, I hope. Oh, okay. Folgers, or a company like Starbucks, do you appreciate what they've done because they, Maria, that is a great question. I just started talking about where I will answer this. That's a great question. Maria, yes, I have ever drunk instant coffee, yes. Folgers or Starbucks, if you look at it with the opinion, man, these corporations selling something that is so small, that's awesome, Don. I leave it to you to update me about these things, Don. I don't have enough time to watch other people's YouTube videos. I spend too much time making my own and watching my own. I still have not even watched, maybe I've watched one on the road video. Anyways. Don, that's very cool. Those are videos that should be done. All the videos you recommend to me from this channel are all like really interesting. So Maria, do you drink instant coffee? Do you care about the difference between... I'm seriously asking, Maria, do you care? Because this is so interesting to me. Coffee where you want to know that it came from someone's farm and that that person was paid directly for that coffee, and it's fresh. The idea is that it's fresh anyways. It might take a month to get to you, but... Hi, Christine. I don't know how you missed that. I put up 2 posts, actually. But you made it. That's what's important, right? Perfect, Christine. Maria, do you care that it is completely what you would think of as like a friendship cup of coffee? Or, yeah, I just want the coffee to be fresh. I don't actually care how it comes. I just want the most tasty coffee. Or number 3, I don't care, but the price to me is important, and the convenience. So basically, instant coffee. You should hear me telling you off. I love that. I love that confession, Stephen. I love it. Stephen, I may or may not have done that once this trip. There is I'm not complaining about this. I'm just laughing because in light of what Stephen just shared, there are serious floods still happening in Thailand. So in the north, there was serious flooding 2 months ago. Now for the whole past month, serious flooding in the south, and reaching to near where I am right now. And Lee is having all of us be very careful with water because the groundwater has been contaminated pretty much throughout Thailand now. So it's going to take some time for people one by one and for the government also to really come back from these floods, really devastating floods. Anyways, if you have flooding in your area, even if it doesn't affect your house, realize it can affect your groundwater. It will affect your groundwater and even the water in the pipes. So what am I trying to say here? So Stephen, Lee is only letting me use bottled water for coffee. Not that I use water from the tap ever, but there's free water here at the hotel, for example. There's free water at the hotel, and Lee says, you cannot trust where that comes from. Don't get sick. Use your own water. And so I may or may not have double boiled. We can just call it double boiling, and we already know what we are referring to. No, Stephen, I met a guy from Colombia at a bike race a few months ago, and he came to visit me in Chiang Mai. He lives not far away. He doesn't live in Colombia. He came to visit me, and he is actually a professional coffee consultant. He grows, he sources, he investigates, he does everything. He does the whole spectrum of coffee, and of course he tastes coffee every day. So his whole career, I think he's 10 years older than me. So this guy is a coffee guy like I've never met before. He bought a bag of coffee from the coffee shop that I took him to. I said, man, I've got this guy with me. I gotta take him to a good coffee shop. So I went to my favorite coffee shop, DB Slot. You guys know I made 2 YouTube videos there. Coffee shop in Chiang Mai. It was pouring rain during our bike ride, and we made it to the coffee shop. He loved the coffee. He bought a bag. He put it in his cycling pocket, and I said, what are you doing, bro? He puts the bag in his cycling pocket. His pocket is already wet, obviously. We've been riding in the rain for 3 hours. We still have 1 more hour to ride home. He's like, what's wrong? You guys, I gotta read what you guys are talking about. Oh man, I'm focusing on my story here. I'm talking to Stephen, and you guys are all talking about... Okay, finish, Joel. Stephen, the end of the story is, this guy is for sure the most knowledgeable coffee person I've ever met. He took a bag of fresh, very expensive coffee, just put it down the back of his cycling jersey. What does this teach us? Coffee beans are a lot more hardy than we think. Basically, once coffee is roasted and in the bag, it doesn't need to be babied if you're going to drink it within the next few days, I guess. Otherwise, the only other deduction here is he just wanted to support the coffee shop, and he didn't care to even drink the coffee. Because why would you put... It's completely stumping me still to this day. Months later, I still can't understand why he did that. But he... Yes, Penny, that's awesome. I still can't understand why he did that. Literally a premium, freshly roasted bag from the source. And he is an expert. And he just puts it down the back of his wet cycling jersey to ride home 1 hour in the rain. Like, Maybe I don't know how airtight a well-packaged coffee bag is then. Anyways, there you go. There's a story for all of you. Do with it what you will. I'm scrolling back. You guys are talking about something interesting here. Okay, so Stephen started the confession. I really can't taste all the subtle nuances, but the foofy creamer tastes good. Oh, Renee, so you answered another question. Maria said it just has to be fresh. Renee said, doesn't matter what it tastes like, but it's a nice beverage. It's fun. So there's one side of the story. Someone in Chiang Mai asked me directly. We were in a group. He put me on the spot totally. He said, Joel, are you a man of the people? Or are you like this guy and your coffee has to be super fancy? And I said, I appreciate the super fancy. Of course, I appreciate the super fancy, but no way. If the coffee is made with love, I am gonna enjoy it. I don't know which person I made happy in that situation. Anyways, Renee, totally. I guess he could have paid for it and then given them a tip and asked them to send it to his house, you know? Because my friends at the cafe, they would ship coffee just like direct order, you know? Put 3 coffee bags in a box and put it in the post, mail it to somewhere in the next province or something like that. For sure they would do that. So my friend could have done that way. Maybe he wanted it that day. Mikey and Rabbi, that's genius. Don, sweet beans. They like to chew their coffee. Okay, Don, what are you talking about? Forever Chemicals. And what is Belpre and Athens? Are these 2 places not in 2 different countries? I agree, they did a bit of magic. We get our water from the Ohio. So the coffee in Ohio then has a distinct flavor you can't quite put your finger on. And then Benny talks about reverse civet style coffee. I don't know who you're referring to now, Benny. All coffee drinkers south of the Ohio, or my friend with the wet pocket full of coffee. As Mikey and Rebby know, there's excellent instant coffee. Don, I know you were talking about that before. It's called Doi. Is it called Chom Doi? Or Dao Song? Maria, finally, here we go. I used to boil milk and add instant coffee. That is very smart. Maria, that is very smart. That would be almost a different beverage. Maria, I would actually congratulate you on just making your own recipe. I think you could say that's not even the same thing. That's very cool though, Maria. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying just in the way that risotto rice and rice porridge from Thailand, they are almost nothing the same, except that they have the word rice in them, right? One of the parts is the same, but the way to make it, where it comes from, how it's eaten, every other thing is different. Umpty scratch, you gotta have the backup plan. Very cool. Renee, please teach me about this. I am reading a book about the first research of the high-fat type diet for purposes of athletic performance. The first study started sometime in like 2003. I've learned from the book that the real first studies started on accident with settlers lost in North America 200 years before that, but actually the research in a lab in terms of athletic performance are still less than 20 years old. So there's still a lot more to be learned from this, I think. And Renee, I really want to learn what you are talking about. You take a caffeine pill, or you have a powder supplement that includes caffeine. Do you know where they get the caffeine? Is it from tea? Before exercising. Huh. And Renee, do you eat anything else, or do you purposely eat nothing else? Have you trained yourself to do this? Renee, I have a ton of questions for you right now because I'm trying to get the most out of my remaining I'm thinking, I guess, until I'm 41 or 42. And I have tons of, Renee, you could you could do a live stream for 3 hours and I would listen to you talk for the whole 3 hours about your experience as a master's athlete, specifically in terms of training and nutrition and mindset, I guess. Everything. Renee, I respect you, have so much experience in this, and I want to learn from you. Okay, 83. So people were doing their own experiments and even putting it into their own training, or coaches recommending to the team 20 years before that. Wow. And it's because of the caffeine, not because of the coffee. It's just something that's in coffee, caffeine. Renee, what if you have breakfast and coffee? Second question, what if you have this caffeine intake before exercise and you want to do a specific type of training? Can you only, with caffeine and an empty stomach, can you only do a certain type of training, or can you do threshold training? Maria, I ate roti canai. I ate 5 different types of bread this morning. They have a huge, some of it surprisingly good bread here at the hotel. It's a big hotel. The reason that we're here is because it's a big hotel. I don't need to share more details, but it's for my parents. They have a good hotel breakfast. That's what I'm trying to say. So I've already had 6, and rice, 7 carbohydrates for breakfast. I had 3 eggs, I had a salad, I had coffee, and I had an orange. So no pastries, Maria. Maria, fine, let's go have a pastry. Because you answered the questions about coffee. Yes, Maria, let's go have a... Sorry guys, hold on. Renee is giving me some good stuff. The only control was the caffeine before exercise. My friends didn't have any other control, so they could do, meaning they could do any type of training they wanted. They could eat or not eat any type of food or non-food that they wanted. I remember when they forgot to have caffeine, they ate instant coffee. Renee, before a race, I forgot my coffee filter papers. I brought the coffee, I brought the cup, I brought the coffee device. I had the water hot, the heater. I forgot the coffee filter paper, couldn't do anything with it. I thought, do I do Turkish style coffee? Or what I did was take the hotel instant coffee packets, poured them on my oatmeal, and I got to work. Maria, I did bike in Malaysia. I am no longer biking in Malaysia. So I'm in Malaysia for 10 days. I cycled for the first 5. I am not riding for the next 5, and then We are moving to a third location, and I will cycle there. I'm gonna start the next year's training T-minus 4 days. I used to drink a Diet Coke. Everyone said it was bad, but I played well. Cool, Renee. Very cool. That would go along with the third list of questions that I want to ask you. Have you found having your ideal preparation before a race or a match is the most important, even if a nutrition scientist would not recommend certain things on that list? Because you have it in your mental warm-up. That's what I need. Boom, boom, boom. If I have those things, my performance is already 90%. The remaining 10% might be the science correct stuff. But for me, nailing the right amount of sleep, the good vibes when I wake up, my favorite Diet Coke. The book that I'm reading right now, Renee, is Endurance. So I have read it once already, but books like this that talk about so many different types of research, you gotta read them twice. There's so much information in this book. Anyways, it's a pretty new book. It's a recent book, Alex Hutchinson. Funny enough, I think he's from Arizona. I think when I was really training, I had to overdrawn. What is that? Don, I don't know what kind of recipes you're putting together over here. Maria, let's go find a pastry. I can also put more over. Oh, okay. Okay. Ah. I came already. Just sorry. Oh yeah. Good night. Activist for you. Good night. Activist for you and Maria. Maria, I'm looking for a tissue. I found a tissue. Activist for you, thank you for hanging out with us. Sorry, guys. Maria, we are here. I told you it was a good breakfast. So, Indian style pastry, Malay style pastry. This is going to be coconut, pandan, coconut on top. We have bread. We have bread. We have more bread. Bread, some type of bread. Bread. We have croissants. And here is the bread that I was telling you about. They had sourdough. 2 different kinds of sourdough, and they had focaccia that they had made fresh. Those are things that Thailand does not have so much of. So I am gonna have one croissant. Why? Because we're going out for lunch very soon, I'm sure. So, just to make Maria happy. Don, Mikey, Are you asking about how to say good night? Ratri, ratri sawat. Or do you know a Thai saying that I've never heard of before? We have a coffee house called Freedom Blend, Christ-centered. Mikey and Rebbe, one of the places I have volunteered, one of the best experiences in my young Christian life was a place just like that. It was called The Refuge. Great coffee. Great coffee and great friendship. I love whatever you're sharing about. And yes, people in northern Thailand still speak Thai, but only older, very polite people say Ratri Sawat. Kids, young people don't say it, even in central Thailand. So you mean good evening, right, Mikey? I can tell you this though. Some people from the older generation, some people from the older generation have this word as their nickname. So I teach English to one very cool lady. Her nickname is Ratri. But it is very rare for someone to say Ratri Sawat to someone else in normal life. And I can tell you something funny. I think I am the only one who says Ratri Sawat because I think that that's what I learned you should say for good night, but actually people don't ever use good night. Yes, correct, Mikey. Only your mom's generation would understand it, and they would appreciate me as a foreigner trying to speak Thai politely, but no one would ever say Ratri Sawat to each other. They would just say Sawadikap, or they would say good night. Nowadays, people would say good night. You guys are... Okay, I'm just being honest. I'm just laughing. Dawn and Mikey and myself, we are talking about how to speak Thai. This is too good, man. Okay, Maria, here you go. A mini croissant and a second cup of coffee. That's second. For anyone who may be listening to the live stream but not actually watching the video, that's second cup of coffee. Not bad. Maria, thank you. Thank you for the inspiration. Done. Don, all I can say is, I'm glad to help. There's hope for us all. I do not speak Chinese nearly as well as I think I should. And speaking as someone who has lived in foreign countries for 32 of my 38 years of life. So I have lived as a outsider for basically my entire life. So I know this feeling very well. The expectations you put on yourself are pretty much the only ones that will matter to your mood, right? Dawn, you just said you can't speak Thai very well. You said it, so you can't speak Thai very well. But Dawn, I think you enjoy your time in Thailand. You know a lot about Thailand. You know a ton about Chiang Mai. And if you meet someone at the market and you smile with them and you share the 3 words that you know exactly how to say, exactly how to use them, and you make that person smile, that's it. I mean, really, in so many situations, that is all you need. The language is secondary. The connection you build is real, even if it's very short term. And so you might say, oh, I don't speak Thai very well, but I don't speak Thai as well as I used to. And I definitely don't speak Chinese as well as I think that I should. But when I went to China last month, I was able to impress every single Chinese person who I met. Secretly, I thought, I'm just way underperforming here. My wife is from China. I should speak Chinese way better than I do. But it was only my own opinion that was negative. Every single person who I met, their opinion of me was very kind, very generous. They thought that I spoke Chinese very well. I still don't think I speak Chinese very well, but that's what I'm saying. We are so lucky. We are so blessed to live in a part of the world that welcomes us as silly outsiders, sometimes look totally out of place, sometimes have no idea how to take care of ourselves. So all we have is our smile, our intention to make a connection. Renee, I think that's 3 for 3. You got me laughing. Totally unexpected. Hey, I'm taking my jacket off. Yes, I have not left the hotel the entire time. Finally, it's warm enough in here. I'm taking my jacket off. Okay. Oh man. Another bite of this wonderfully crunchy croissant. I may have double roasted it. Heck yes, Mikey. Heck yeah. Good job, man. Yeah, if you come out of nowhere, timing is everything, the situation is everything, right? Maybe you only said a few words, but you used them at the right time and you boosted that person's spirits or just totally surprised them. That's the best. Mikey. Benny. I'm from that other class of people, I guess you could say. God. Mikey, Adam would be proud of what you just said, man. Mikey, I love you for this situation, this honesty. It's so perfect. Because of course I've been there with you, or I've been there in, that's so good, dude. The best situation is like, okay, I was just talking about China. So in China, Lee is talking to a friend she hasn't seen for a while. I understand, do you speak Chinese or does he speak Chinese, right? So I understand that question. So Lee is talking to her friend. They exchange 50 sentences. They're talking for 10 minutes. And then finally, the friend wants to ask Lee if her husband speaks Chinese. And I say, a little bit. And then I say, hello, or something like that. And they say, oh, great, Chinese, excellent, excellent. So the whole 10 minutes of conversation, you just get all those points for free. because you've been standing there, you've been being polite, looking like you're listening, and then when someone asks, what's your name? And you say, Joel, they say, oh, great Chinese. Oh, man. It's so good, dude. People are just so good. Like, meaning myself too. Like, we are just so silly. The things that can be so important, and then the things that can be just given away for free, even in terms of opinion. Like, if you see someone wearing the shirt of your favorite team, they're a great person immediately because they wear the same shirt as the team that I support. But if you see someone who on the inside is actually 99% identical with you, in every way they could be your best friend or your brother, but you see them, they cut you off in line when you're driving and you curse them in your heart. Humans are just so funny, right? There's literally not a single reason in the whole world why you shouldn't be friends with that person, except they cut you off when you're driving. You don't even know who they are, and you curse them. But yet, if that same guy was walking down the road and he's wearing your favorite team hat, you love him, something like that. Humans are so funny. The moral of the story is, ผมชื่ออะไร Tom. Sea breeze. Aตลาด near DC. Don. Okay, Benny, how do you drink your coffee? No sugar or cream. Benny, I guess it's kind of funny because I drink tea with sugar. And if there is milk and someone else offers to put the milk in the tea, I won't stop them. But do I ever drink plain black tea? Never. I always will put some sugar in the black tea. Green tea is different because green tea, I don't know, how is it different? I don't know. People in Pakistan, a place that I love, they drink green tea with milk and green tea with milk, sugar, and coffee, and cardamom. So it is completely for no reason that I say coffee must be drunk by itself, whereas tea must be drunk with milk. Don, that is so good, dude. Don, that is so good. Oh, there you go, Benny. Okay, so, Benny, I have no reason. There's no reason. Personal opinion, I think that if the coffee is this much money, it's expensive, it should be enjoyed for what it is. And by the way, the coffee is high quality coffee, so it has a lot of flavor on its own. It doesn't need milk and sugar. If I drank instant coffee plain, I would definitely put milk and sugar to cover the taste of the coffee, which I guess is why people put milk and sugar in instant coffee. I don't know who could ever drink instant coffee plain, but many people don't know how I can eat durian. I don't know. It's just a matter of your prior experience and your opinion of the future. So in general, I have no reason why I drink coffee black. I just think it tastes the best. Or Benny, yeah. My coffee choice is only the top 99% of coffee. I'm lucky that I live in a place with great coffee. I never drank coffee before I came to Thailand, so I never had middle of the road coffee. Are you kidding, Don? You gotta tell me. Is that a joke, or have you ever, because I want to know about it, have you ever had coffee with rum? That's pretty interesting. When I came downstairs this morning to meet Mom and Dad for breakfast, Dad said, "You won't believe how good the hotel coffee is." Yeah. Don, I respect that. If I got to try Thai coffee, it would definitely be without... Right on, Benny. Okay. So I'm the one who is... Okay. Does Irish coffee actually have coffee in it? And I'm just thinking rum would be very different than a cream liqueur. Right. Does anyone have any questions that don't involve coffee? Green tea with mango syrup. Renee, where would you get mango syrup? Christine. Coffee with lots of milk and some sugar. Tea without sugar. Oh, okay. Seabreeze, and that would be totally because of where you come from. I'm just guessing. I had coworkers at the university. They were two British guys. They would never put milk or sugar in their tea, because tea was something very good on its own. And yet, when I would make coffee for them, I would get annoyed because they would say, "Oh, Joel, you made coffee for us, but you don't even give us any milk or sugar." I said, "No, I paid 5 times more for that coffee. You're not getting any milk or sugar. Drink that coffee, enjoy it." And they wouldn't enjoy it. I believe that. I had the most flavorful coffee for breakfast while in Thailand. Very cool. Kahlua. My grandmother used to sneak Kahlua in her coffee. I love Irish coffee. Irish coffee equals Irish whiskey. More Irish than coffee if done right. I would love to try mango syrup. Rebby. Hi, Rebby. Very good ears, Rebby. What child is this? That's the name of this one. There is some high-end tea houses in Chiang Mai. Yes, Don, for sure. There's one north of town. Don, cyclists in Chiang Mai call it the elephant loop, because there are north of Mae Rim, there are all those elephant sanctuaries in Sop Kai. And some people call it the Crybaby Loop, or the Sop Kai Crybaby, because of how steep those climbs are when you get to the backside of it. Anyways, Don, do you know that tea plantation called, like, Ryu? Like from Street Fighter? I think it's called Ryu. Or Ryuku? I could be completely off. Is that what you're talking about? That's the only one that I know that is a established tea experience. They have the history of the plantation, they have the tea, you can pick it yourself, and then they have the brewing tea class that you can take. I put kimchi in my instant noodles. Right on, dude. Renee, it is a move of genius. Mixing the ideas of gourmet and fast food, especially if you do it yourself. But I've had some of the best dishes on the streets of various Asian cities. Oh, Mark, my friend, you know, Mark lived for a few years in Hawaii. He said that in Hawaii there is a Spam dish that is one of the best tasting dishes in the whole world. It's Spam used in a meal. Peanut butter in the instant noodles. Benny, that's genius. Have you told me that before? Yes, Mikey, Renee, Mikey and Rebby and Renee. Because maybe, Mikey, maybe you prepare too. I'm sure you do. If you're a smart guy, you do prepare too. Or you prepare one and it's only for Rebby. The smartest move of all. And then you get double reward. Dawn. East bank of the Bing. Near town, I'm guessing. This sounds... Monsoon. That's a pretty cool name. Okay, done. I will not forget. How far up the East Bank? Because you, Don, you in fact live, what, 20 kilometers south? Oh, what gate? Okay, right on. Thank you. That is very easy. Thank you, Don. One of the best sandwich recipes from Renee. Cinnamon raisin bread, peanut butter, bananas, and honey. Dude, that's awesome. Renee, check this out, man. So I have a friend of a friend. Yesterday, he did this endurance challenge that was so impressive. You got to hear about this, okay? So, I did not watch the entire 12 hours, but this guy live streamed his entire challenge to do the Rafa Festive 500 ride in one ride without a break on the indoor trainer bike. 12 hours, or it took him 11 hours 45. He was trying to break a world record. Excuse me. So, two huge things to clarify in case any one of you 15 secretly really cares about this kind of stuff more than me. Two things to try and make you guys interested in the story. He was only trying to break a world record just for fun, changing all the other stipulations, meaning he was doing it on an indoor trainer, controlled environment. He had full support all around him, when the world record actually is on an outdoor bicycle, in nature, in the environment. Okay, obviously he's not going to get credit, even if he breaks the world record, he's not going to get credit for that. Okay. And then number two, he was doing it for the purpose of fun on live stream. It's not like it was official world Olympic competition for the world record type thing. Anyways, the situation. So, Renee, he wanted to do it totally nonstop. I think he took 2 times to go to the bathroom. He ran off camera, went to pee, came back, jumped on the bike. But he did it as nonstop as he could. He had tables all around his bicycle, food covering the tables. He had a donation thing running on the side. If you donate this much money, I eat this item of food. You donate this much money, I eat this much food. He kept it up and he did it. He rode 500 kilometers on his indoor bike non-stop, except for the 2 pee breaks that I saw. No, I did not watch the entire 12 hours, but I read the situation as best as I could, and there were people commenting the whole time. He ate 15 burritos during the thing, and he did 2 ramp tests, because if you donate a certain amount of money, a ramp test is like a whole workout on its own, and he did 2 of them during a 12-hour, so he must have been... So that challenge that I did last week, the Rome, which is a serious challenge, for sure was not as hard as what he did. Okay, sorry. Billy? So Renee, it made me even more excited to look forward to challenges coming up this next year. I'm gonna do more solo type challenges like that. It doesn't have to be as big as what I did. It doesn't have to be as hard as what I did, but just new, unique, personal challenges. Could be with friends, but I'm thinking most friends that I have are smarter than me. They're not gonna come with me on these kind of things. But I'm very excited. And so many of you left cool comments on the Rome challenge video. Usually if I make a video about cycling, I'm not gonna put it on the main channel. I know it's not gonna get views. Billy, mango syrup, maple syrup. I'd take notes, but my pencil is out of lead. So Renee, your recipe, at the end of a very long story from Joel, your recipe sounds great. I noticed it was very hard at the end of my challenge last week. It was very hard to eat another gel. another energy bar after eating like 16 or 17 in a row. I love your cinnamon raisin bread with peanut butter, bananas, and honey. That would go in a bag, in a pouch on the back very easily. Okay, guys. I see my dad just came down to check on me, so it means... Dude, a whole family of cool hairstyles. Rad. Radical. My friend and I walked for almost 2 hours at 8,000 feet. I wanted the sandwich, but I settled for a banana. Oh, man. I'm glad you had that. Did you peel the banana? Maria! Yes, we have big lunch plans for today. Maria, what I mean by that is we are in Malaysia. Period. That's the answer to your question. Lunch plans for today? I could just answer you, we're in Malaysia. So for the 12 minutes remaining of our hangout today, the Elvis. No way. Don, you've... Okay, so Don, have you ever eaten that? The thing that you just said? I would say my first response is homemade junk food at its absolute finest is that recipe that you just said. Okay. With 2 kilograms of salad and another 2 kilograms of fresh fruit and oatmeal before and after, and that's your food intake for 3 days, then yes, I could join you on that. I'm trying to get some perspective here. If that sandwich is 10% of your diet for 72 hours, and the other 90% involves salad, fruit, oatmeal, and a protein shake full of fiber supplements and chia seeds and flax seeds, then yes, I would join you. I would taste your sandwich. But just because I'm curious, how many days before you go to the bathroom if you eat a full-size, Elvis-sized sandwich? Okay, now I remember. I read an article about that sandwich, the sandwich that supposedly killed Elvis. And, okay, now I'm back to being serious. Don, I took a trip with my friend Mark to a town in Pakistan called Gujranwala, supposedly the home of the world's best wrestlers. So Pakistan is very good at wrestling. They care about wrestling a lot in their country. They have many Olympians. This guy had opened a training camp. He was now a coach. He was an ex-Olympian. He was now a coach. He showed us some of the training. He took us out for lunch. It was a tasty lunch. It was extremely not a health food choice of lunch, and it was excellent. It was great. He told us that they have a meal called the Holy Trinity that they use purely just for weight gain while they are trying to add bulk when they're leading up to a hard block of training. They called it the Holy Trinity. It was I think it was wheat flour, semolina flour, and clarified butter. And they would mix, I think they would just mix that and just fry bread. Just make it like a bread without yeast, and then just fry that to cook it. A hard block. Yes. And then they would eat fried meat or barbecued meat with that. So clarified butter, it was like 3 very saturated things. It couldn't have been 2 breads. Maybe it was like fortified flour, clarified butter, and maybe milk, another milk product. Does anyone know the Holy Trinity? And there's another very famous recipe from South Korea where sumo is very popular, and they have a recipe also for weight gain, but it's like a very healthy dish, but they just eat like 10 times. Yes, Maria. Yep. 1 video per day. Nice, Renee. Where do you get the lard? So that's the proper way to make it, right, Renee? Corn tortilla made with lard. That's the correct way from Mexico, right? Or from Central America. I don't know, Maria, again, I don't know about celebration, but my answer to that is just, yes, we are in Malaysia, so every meal is a celebration, because food in Malaysia is absolutely tied for #1 in the whole world. So no matter what day it is, it's a celebration. My only purpose of the whole trip is stay the same weight that I am right now and eat and enjoy as much as I can without gaining weight so that I can be ready for the start of the season next week. Okay. Wow. That's cool, man. And Renee, you can teach us all something right now. So flour tortillas is not just because of a lack of corn tortillas. Flour is actually intentional, and Spaniards came to South America. They learned about the way to make the bread, but they didn't want to use corn. They wanted their own home flavor, so they made home flavor ingredients in the style of the new place recipe. Is that sort of true? Or how did the flour tortilla come to be? Because I don't think people from China who moved to live in USA are making rice bread, the home ingredient, with the new place cooking style. Cool. That's cool. Wow, yes, dude. I have been to Mexico several times, but never Mexico City. And Mark told me, Don, Mark told me it is one of the best, one of the most fun food cities in the whole world. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, it makes sense. It has like 30 million people. Okay, everyone, 4 more minutes, and then we can celebrate the new year. Yeah, who knows? For all you guys know, the time change is so different. I might already be in 2025. We are so many time zones apart. I might already be in 2025. Renee, anything homemade like that, out of control. I'm sure it's so good. Wow. So adobo is the name of a spice mix. Is that right? And so you would make your own sauce, marinate the game meat, throw it on some tortillas. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. That's something that Thailand does in a very different way. Thailand eats a lot of game, but none of it is big. Most of it is rats, mice, birds, sometimes snake. It's all small wild animals, not big wild animals. And they fry it with some sauces and basil. Yes, Don, Renee knows how to use local ingredients to make tasty stuff for sure. Renee lives the Thailand life in the USA. Don, in the north, they just eat frogs. They don't need to hide it. They just eat them in the soup, just plain. Tom yum goong. I've never had crickets actually in a dish. The same with frogs. You just eat them. That's kind of interesting, right? You don't need to hide the fact that it's a cricket. But a mouse, no one ever just eats barbecued mouse. You always cut the meat up and put it in another dish. We are known for barbecue mutton. Yes, that is wild. Just 3 counties in Western Kentucky. Benny, you live in a very, very cool and very unique place. Western Kentucky. Who would have known? Gourmet coffee, roasted in-house, and mutton. That's so cool. My only experience with Western Kentucky is I got lost. I was trying to drive so far and so long that I just forgot about all the stupid stuff that I had done. I was trying to drive from Detroit to Kansas City by way of visiting one friend in Kentucky. I drove through there. I remember falling asleep at the wheel. I just pulled over into a parking lot and just took a nap for a few hours, tried to drive again, and when my mind was finally clear enough to remember things, I remember Western Kentucky was like a dream. The small hills and the roads were just so beautiful. And I moved to Thailand about 3 or 4 weeks later. Dude, that's awesome. Renee, tell me you have Sikh friends in Arizona. That's very cool. That is very cool. Oh yes, Renee, you probably play field hockey with many guys from Sikh. That's awesome. Benny, that is so cool, man. What led you to be interested in Sikh culture? Very, very interesting. Coffee on the nose. Okay, guys, if Lee is watching, she knows that we are over the time limit. So she'll give me a few minutes of grace here. To the 14 of you who have stuck with me for the whole live stream, you are awesome. I had no idea what we would talk about today. What do you know? We talked about food. We talked about fun memories related to food. We talked about drinks, coffee, home cooking recipes, and I tried to talk about positive mindset. Basically, we talked about nothing and everything. Everything important about humans was discussed. You're welcome. Thank you for giving me your time too. Not that it's not important to reconnect with the same people. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I sort of think of the live streams as a chance to share what we believe with people who weren't expecting it or who maybe don't know so much about it. And we have our core group to sort of carry the live stream. We know each other so we can talk and joke and just keep a conversation going, and people who are maybe not commenting or who are not sure what's going on, they can have a nice group of friends to listen to and to hang out with, and then maybe ask a question once or twice. So I'm not saying because it's only us 14 that it's not important. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't know what really to talk about because I haven't done anything new or different. I'm on rest time right now, so all I have are just my thoughts of gratitude. I've been sitting playing cards, watching the beautiful rain fall for 5 days. And I'm full of gratitude, full of things to share, but nothing new. Benny, what? In the USA, Benny? I have been to some of those in India, which then they really do serve an unbelievable amount of meals per day. Renee, are you serious, man? Wow. I've seen my dad twice already, Mikey, so I'm guessing he's bored. Or he was selected by the three of them, the committee. He was sent as the representative to find out if I'm ready to play cards again or not. The Golden Temple, Armistar, sorry. Okay. Wow. And Benny, I don't actually know, is Armistar in India? Or is it in Nepal? My only real friend, okay, who was a Sikh family. They lived next to us in Kenya. So they were from Kenya, multi-generation Kenya. So, Punjab, thank you, Renee. Okay. Which leads me to wonder, Billy, I think you guys have successfully navigated to the new channel. And you are not confused anymore. Maria? Amen, Maria. Amen. The thing that is on my mind most this whole month, how God blesses us, whether or not we have any idea, have, or will have any idea ever. If we didn't do this thing, would God still bless us? Yes. if we continue to be stubborn, will God still bless us? Yes. Not even will He still bless us. He already has. Whatever question you ask, the answer is always, yes, God loves us. Yes, God has a plan for us. Nothing that we could ever do will change God. And it's like when you're feeling grateful or you're feeling gentle of spirit, yes, you can try to understand this. But when you're feeling selfish, when you're feeling stubborn, when you are just living your life, if you are like me, there's just some way you can't accept this. How can God be so faithful, so strong, but at the same time, so forgiving? And if you try to think of it with human logic, it just keeps going. You can't actually grasp it. You can't be satisfied. I can't, anyways. But if you try and you pray and you rest in this knowledge and you start to have faith that actually God's answer is the way and human answer is always incomplete, and you pray and you talk to God, finally you realize there's nothing that a human could ever do to make God stop loving us. And then if you work backwards from that, you have all of our lives. How to live. How do we live? What do we do with one another? If we actually don't have a goal of success. Ryan, dude, thankfully I'm sitting down in a chair. Ryan, I'm safe. The only injury that I could do to myself right now is somehow pouring coffee on myself or on you. Ryan, hey dude. Ryan, what happened that was so funny? Okay, I did drop the motorbike into another motorbike and cut my leg. There was something funny though. When you wrote me, hey, sorry about your leg, are you okay? I said, Ryan, the bike ride that I did was so much more painful. I wish that I only had the leg injury. It was something like that. I wish that my leg was the only thing that hurt. So Maria said, Ryan, thanks, man. It was epic. It was fun. It was a worthwhile experience. And Ryan, I got the blessing of so many people like you telling me, great job, Joel. Good job. Good. What? Sea breeze. Yeah. Seabreeze, I am going to rejoice with you. God is good, not because you got the dream job, but just because God is with you in your life and you are giving thanks to God for everything. And on the way, you have this huge blessing to be grateful for on top of that. Seabreeze, rock on. Yes, give thanks to God. Yes. I guess that's perfectly what I'm talking about. You were praying, which is the right thing to do, no matter the outcome. Because when you have faith that you are honestly pursuing the relationship with God, that is the reward. And it will be rewarded. That's already the right thing to do. So then you appreciate the blessings on top of blessings. And you share them with your friends, which is wonderful. God is good. Right on, Seabreeze. That is very cool. Prayed up. But for all of you guys, Renee, I know you won't feel bad what I'm saying right now. To all of you guys, just in case anyone doesn't fully understand what I'm talking about. The purpose to pray is not that good things will happen to you. The point of me responding to Maria and now responding to Seabreeze, the point is, yes, God is good no matter what happens to us, no matter what happens in our opinion of what's happening to us. We don't even know. The thing that just happened to us might actually be a good thing, and we don't even think it's a good thing. The purpose is you have to trust that God is 100% good. God is so good that a human can't even understand 100% goodness. We understand 90-ish% goodness, and we think that's as good as it gets. God is beyond our level of human goodness. And when you trust that, and when you build from that as the standpoint of your perspective, that is success on its own. It doesn't, I mean, you have a lot of emotions in the in-between times. You have a lot of reactions, and you have to deal with them. And God gives you your life. You are free. You are free to move about the cabin. You're free to do what you want with your life. But the blessings just seem to multiply when you have this hope. I put my faith in God. I know that God is good. I pursue the relationship with God. That's already, everything is complete. You don't have to do anything to win in life. God already did everything. Jesus dying to pay for our sins already is complete. And so then, how you navigate your life is in thanks to that one action that God is good all the time, constantly. That action, God gave us infinite grace. It's always happening. And so how do we navigate life knowing that we don't have to do anything? We just have to try. We don't actually have to succeed at anything because it's already finished. We just have to try to be gentle with ourselves, be gentle with one another. We're gonna fail every single day, guaranteed. But thankfully, God knows that. God knows us. And it's not about the action that we did complete. It's just being in the moment, acknowledging that God is with us all the time, and God will continue to bless us. So the event that happened to our friend Seabreeze is a very cool event, and we should rejoice. But it doesn't mean, like Renee said, it doesn't mean when you pray, good things will happen. Not exactly. You should pray, and you will get the benefit from the prayers, and good things will happen. But you don't pray so that the good things happen. And Renee knows this as well. I just want to be clear about that kind of thing. We who believe in Jesus, the purpose is not to pray so that good things happen. We don't trust God in order to get good stuff. We already have all the good stuff. We already have the whole bank full and overflowing. And that's what Christmas is all about. You get gifts for Christmas and it's fun. But the real meaning of Christmas is that the whole bank is full of gifts already. You didn't do anything to fill it full of gifts. But it is yours. But I am happy to hear about even one more gift from a friend. Yeah, Renee, right on. ขอให้เป็นความสุขแข็งแรงค่ะ คุณอรทัยขอบคุณมากครับ วันนี้พวกเราอยู่มาเลเซีย เมืองหลวงกัวลาลัมปัวร์เราอยู่ข้างนอกประมาณ30 กิโล ยินดีต้อนรับสวัสดีปีใหม่ครับขอให้มีความสุขเช่นกันโทษทีขอให้สุขภาพแข็งแรง เช่นเดียวกันครับ Awesome, Don. Enjoy, Don. I don't know if I'll... Yeah. ขอบคุณมากขอบคุณครับ ถ่ายคลิปเมื่อวานสนุกนะครับ เรามีโอกาสกินทุเรียนกัวมูซาน Don, if you want to go for the fun of meeting some new friends with me, that would be awesome. I don't want to go with you just for free food. Because it's from the, I don't know, it's blessed by priests of priests who preach a different gospel. But if you want to go there to make new friends, yes, that would be awesome. สวัสดีครับพิงพิง1986ปีเดียวกันที่ผมเกิดนะครับขอบคุณครับคุณอรทัยยินดีต้อนรับคุณพิง It is interesting that there's a temple, a Sikh temple in Chiang Mai. There's temples of many religions in Thailand, for sure. Going to wish them Merry Christmas would be awesome. Going to get food. We can have tasty food at many other places without any of the other ambiguities carried with it. Renee, that's right, dude. The time 2 years ago, I rode the bike past the stadium where you did a training camp preparing for a Masters World Champs. I don't remember how many years ago. You said you had a training camp at this stadium, and I rode past it. Was that 2.5 years ago? June 2022. Yes, dude. Okay. Yep. Okay, man. I couldn't remember the name, but I know you mentioned that, and then I got to ride past that. Man. Ryan. I did see your message, Ryan. Delayed a few months, but still on track. Good luck. Good luck, Ryan. Moving countries is not an easy thing to do, especially not when it's not for fun. You're also doing something for work. That's awesome, man. I realize I'm so comfortable now at home in Thailand. I used to move around so much. Now I have not moved in so long. I do not know what it's like anymore to actually move. I'm so at home now. So, cheers, man. Good luck. Okay, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night. "19 people. secretly, I'm still waiting for Yao to say, "Hi, everyone. Huge blessings, love, Merry Christmas. Okay, gotta go. Love you guys. Peace." And maybe that's what Yao wanted to say anyways, even though he didn't log on just now. And a message from Adam as well. Hey, everyone. Insert very funny joke. Right here. See ya. Merry Christmas. What day is it today? Okay, so see you for a live stream next week. This year, I am gonna do a few things, not do a few things differently. I'm gonna do a few things like before.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. There will be fire alarm inspection conducted by us
Okay.
from 11:30 until
Good night.
12:30.
Merry Christmas.
During this period, please
Make it a good day.
that the fire
Enjoy the
alarm
fact that you are
will
alive. You are successful just because you are
We
you.
hope that all our guests could remain calm and resume their daily activities as per usual. Sorry for inconvenience.
Did you hear that sneeze at the end of the message? No, that was timing. Oh, you guys are writing. The messages just didn't show on the screen. Mikey. Mikey and Don, just the three of us appreciate this. I think Mikey has spelled Ratri Sawat differently all three times. Ratri Sawat. Ratri Sawat. Achoo, dude, missing persons alert. Seabreeze, am I secretly at the airport? Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And Sir Samuel, Renee, thank you, man. Haven't seen Sir Richard for a minute. We always wish him well. Okay, guys. Good night. Good morning. See you next week. And if anyone has any ideas or recommendations for how we meet, meaning the channel, the time, the day of the week, please leave a comment. Give you some time to think about it, or give you some, I don't know, give you a chance to guarantee that I read it. Leave a message. Later, guys. Billy, thank you for hanging out. Oh, man. See you next week. Maybe 6 days from now on our normal time, Sunday morning. Okay. And I will not be in Malaysia when we meet again. So for now, stay safe. Third, more importantly than that, stay positive, stay grateful, stay living in the moment, and even more than that, stay grateful for the love that you do have in life, even if no human is making you happy right now. And I'm not saying this to be stupid. If no human is making you happy right now, remember that you are still loved 100% from God who made you. And that is a gift that happens not only on Christmas Day, but on every day, forever. Amen. Dear Lord, thank you for the time we have together. Always, I know none of these days are guaranteed. My friend right now, who is literally experiencing that not even one more day is guaranteed, continue to be with him and his family during these holiday days, which might be his last. Thank you for my friends who meet together and we can talk about fun stuff, silly stuff along the way. But hopefully, everyone sees that my purpose to do this is to remind everyone that we are so loved. We are so similar to one another. We are all brothers and sisters, no matter what age we are, no matter where we come from. We get together and we say thanks for what you have done for us. At Christmas time, the story comes up a little bit more often in everyday life about how Jesus was a real person at one point in history, came to earth. But for all the time, but for all the time, all the other days, it is also true. God, thank you for this time together. Thank you for the internet connection. Thank you that we could come to a place that has strong Wi-Fi. We can hang out together today. Thank you for my friends who take the time to meet up and encourage one another, even in the points of time where we disagree. Everyone knows we do not actually hold anything against each other, and we are here for the same purpose. I want to encourage everyone another to be themselves, to be happy to be who they are, because that's who you made them to be, and we don't need any other reason. And I also pray that we will know that in our hearts, not just say, be yourself, be happy to be yourself, not just say it, but actually know in our hearts that it is okay and it is good to be ourselves because you made us this way. You made each of us, and you know each of us. Thank you for the praises that we have shared with one another today. Thank you for our friend Christine. Thank you so much for the time that she's experiencing right now. And I appreciate all the things that we've shared together today, God. Thank you for how they encourage me. God, for the friends of us and for myself as well, who in the next few days might have a chance to step out, share some kindness, share some love with people who they might not otherwise connect with, they might not think that they will agree with or have anything in common with. Give us that extra bit of motivation to step out and share some extra love, some supernatural love, some gifts of love that could only come from the truth that we know you and we know that you are love. You have given us this, and so we are happy to share it. This love in our hearts. Thank you as always for the time with one another. Very cool to say hi to Stephen today. Very cool. Continue to help him stay positive and stay motivated. Coming back to health. Thank you for all the friends who maybe did not share something that they're struggling with, whether it's a physical thing or something they're thinking about. I hope that the encouraging words and the laughs that we've had today will continue to just bring smiles to people during this week. Jesus, in your name we pray all these things together. Amen. Amen. Do good. See you soon.